Have you ever wondered why some elders seem to age gracefully, carrying an aura of calm and inner strength? In a world that often values speaking over silence, there lies a profound wisdom in the things left unspoken, a wisdom deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Let's embark on a journey to explore these silent principles, a path well trodden by sages and philosophers who understood that sometimes, to say less is to gain more. They say that silence is golden, but what exactly do we grasp in the quiet that slips through the clamor of conversation? The words of Marcus Aurelius gently echo, "It is within our control to think and to keep silent." This is not just a guideline for simple living, but a map to a richer, more peaceful existence, especially as we brim with the years of life's experiences. Take a moment to picture the character of Silvio, a gentleman in his 70s, who could very well be your neighbor or a relative. With an ever-curious eye, Silvio observes the world, not with the immediacy of youth, but with the patient gaze of one who has traversed countless paths. There are stories within Silvio, some told, but many kept like private treasures, hidden not out of selfishness, but of wisdom. Silvio learned early on the value of not sharing every plan. He recalls a time in his ambitious youth when talents shared prematurely were met with discouragement and even jealousy. The Stoics teach us to act quietly, letting our pursuits mature without the interference of the world's unpredictable weather. Just as a gardener plants seeds out of sight, understanding that growth must take root far from prying eyes, so too does Silvio nurture his dreams silently. He cultivates his peace within, away from external judgment and expectation. Financial matters, that precarious balance between security and worry, are another aspect of life where silence holds its weight. Silvio remembers the caution of Seneca, who suggested that wealth, at its core, can be a kind of poverty if it enslaves us to the opinions of others. Silvio chooses not to disclose his savings or debts, understanding that true freedom is not dictated by digits, but by the lightness of spirit that accompanies not having to justify how he lives or spends. Health is a delicate topic, often peppered with well-meaning advice and concern, yet Silvio knows there are ailments best left unspoken. Listening to Epictetus, who teaches that we are not disturbed by things, but by the view we take of them, Silvio guards his health journeys, sharing only with those who walk beside him with love and understanding. In doing so, he frees himself from the burden of unnecessary worry and reduces the power his ailments might harbor over him. Boundaries, too, are silently drawn. Silvio has learned through much trial that not everyone respects or even acknowledges these invisible walls. Rather than engaging in endless explanations, he reflects on Stoic teachings, recognizing that his serenity does not depend on others understanding his choices, but on his firm adherence to them. By remaining stoically firm, yet gentle, he upholds his dignity and reserves his energy for those who truly matter. Old resentments are like shadows, ever lurking in the backgrounds of our minds. But Silvio chooses to let them fade into the dusk, heeding the wisdom of philosophers who remind us that holding on to grudges is akin to choosing pain over peace. Instead of allowing these shadows to darken his present, Silvio finds his release in the quiet embrace of forgiveness, an act often more powerful in silence than in utterance. Helping others and acts of generosity are noble in themselves, yet Silvio holds back the urge to speak of them, reminiscent of the advice that true charity needs no applause. Like the trees that grow silently, providing shade and sustenance unheralded, Silvio shares without fanfare, knowing the virtue lies in action, not recognition. Family dynamics, so colored with emotion and expectation, can become complex tapestries woven with threads of gossip and comparison. Silvio refrains from participating in these conversations, realizing that true connection arises not from criticism, but understanding. Through his silence, he cultivates an atmosphere where family can flourish without comparison or competition, a sanctuary of serenity. Spiritual life, the most profound and personal of journeys, is another realm Silvio quietly safeguards. He finds solace in the words of Aurelius, who advised us toward introspection free from outside influence. This sacred inner sanctum is a source of strength and reflection that Silvio protects, allowing him to draw upon a well of tranquility and wisdom unaffected by external judgment. The power of no is often underestimated, yet it is in this simple word that Silvio finds great strength. He chooses not to justify his refusals, knowing that the necessity to explain oneself often dilutes personal resolve. Instead, he practices the Stoic principle of living according to nature, aligning his decisions with his true self, removing the weight of others' expectations. Finally, There are joys nurtured quietly within, in their nascent stages, akin to delicate blossoms shielded against the unpredictability of frost. By guarding them, Silvio allows happiness to grow unchallenged, its roots deepening quietly, ensuring these moments of joy are grounded in authenticity rather than public acclaim. In these lessons, Silvio embodies the true essence of Stoic wisdom. He lives in accordance with his nature, understanding that control over silence fosters a rich, inner life impervious to the whims of the outside world. His life is a testament to the words of Seneca, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Through his artful embrace of silence, he exemplifies the profound courage it takes to cultivate an inner kingdom of peace, strength, and untold joy. And so, as you stand at the crossroads of choosing what to share and what to hold within, ask yourself, what might you discover in the echoes of silence? Embrace it, for in silence resides a power, a refuge, for those wise enough to heed its call.